Today, I really want to feel that we're getting some progress. My goal for today is we're going to have all the rust done on the driver's side of the Ram truck. In other words, the floor, the rocker, inner rocker, and cab corner. We'll see if we get there, but that's my goal anyway. But before we do that, I'm gonna do one thing here on El Camino to get some progress on that. And that is, I have bought I picked up the U-joint I ordered yesterday I mean. And here you can see our new U-joint, which is the same as this conversion joint, except this one has grooves for the inner locking rings. So we're gonna put in this thing. And speaking of U-joints, there are some things on vehicles that doesn't make sense to me. And that is one, U-joints. There is such a small area on a U-joint for taking up the forces that the engine puts through to the rear axle, and I can't understand that these takes so much punishment as they do. I mean, they come in different sizes, of course, and you can buy stronger ones for if you have a race car or other applications, but I can't understand how this little thing can take so much abuse. So, I mean, we're not going to put too much abuse to it with our little diesel, but inevitably we're going to try and do a burnout with this thing. And depending if it hooks up, this thing is going to take some abuse. I don't think we're going to break it, but I think you get my point. And I have learned that this is a greasable one that I know, and apparently if you want stronger U-joints, you're gonna buy non-greasable ones, since those are solid instead of this that has holes for the grease to go through. But that's not gonna be an issue for us. But speaking of stuff that, in my opinion, doesn't make sense. I mean, I build a lot of stuff, I make bracing and gusseting and making stuff as strong as possible. And I mean, I have a general idea of how things work and how forces are applied, but something that doesn't make sense to me that holds is hitches. In Sweden, we have the most common one is a 50 millimeter hitch, so it's just it should be below 2 inches, which I think you have in the US. But I mean, in Sweden, on a ball hitch like this, you're allowed to have 3.5 tons. My K1500 can tow 3 tons, and I have basically exactly the same thing on that one. And I can't understand how this small area can take up 3.5 tons of force coming at the vehicle when you're braking and accelerating and taking turns and stuff like that. This little area is taking up so much force, and I can't understand that it holds. Of course, it has to do a lot with the hardening of the material and stuff like that. But it's such a small area that takes up a huge amount of force, just like the U-joints. But that's some interesting stuff that floats around in my head. But anyway, we're not going to talk about that anymore. I'm going to go ahead, change the U-joint, put the drive shaft in place, paint it, and then we're done with that, and then we can move over and work on Ram truck. Drive shaft in place, new U-joint, all painted, and now it really feels that the El Camino frame is starting to come together. There's not a lot left, and we almost have everything painted. The only thing I haven't painted yet is the brake drums, and that's because the drums are pretty bad. They have a lot of grooves in them, and I'm gonna stick with the drum brakes. I don't want to go to discs, and drums are really expensive to buy here. I think they're at least $100 each, but also buying them from Rock Auto, they are heavy, so there's a lot of shipping in them, or it's costs a lot to ship them. So I'm back and forth, I'm torn about that. But I'm gonna see if I have some better drums we can use. Otherwise, I might just use those drums. Maybe we can change them out later. But we'll see. But it really feels that we're coming along nicely. It isn't all that much work left on the El Camino frame before it's done. So that feels really great, actually. But now we're at the point we could continue working with this, which at the moment I'm actually more looking forward to. But I really need to fix the rust on the Ram truck. I'm so disappointed in myself with the repair I did yesterday. I tried to fix it. It's doable, but I really don't think it looks good. So I have to go out, think a little bit how we're gonna do this. Can do it if we can save what we have done, or if we have to start over. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and think a bit about that. I've been working here for a few hours and I made some progress, and I didn't show anything because I was so disappointed in how it looked. So I have made it to where I think this is gonna work, and I have worked with what we had. And also, this is not the standard that I usually do stuff, but on this thing I don't really feel it matters. It's been patched to hell already. So with that said, it's gonna look pretty weird now, but I'm gonna explain why, and also maybe isn't the nicest repair as I usually do. But this is how it looks right now. And then you're wondering, why are all these pieces of iron welded here? And the thing was, when I was hammering this yesterday, this piece, our inner rocker, was flimsy, going back and forth. So I added this to add some strength to the bottom. We're gonna cut off all of these, but I added that so that the bottom of the rocker, inner rocker, would stay in place. And yesterday this thing was all wavy, so I welded this thing so that I can push the metal to this and weld it to it. Then I could fold it and hammer it and make our lower piece here. And then I added this and welded that here so I could fold the piece up, making that a nice angle. Then I welded it up here so that I could fold it over and make this angle. So that's why all of this is here. Now I'm gonna go ahead and cut all of this and remove it. But I really think that this is gonna work and it's gonna look decent. So I'm happy with that. Also, I just went ahead and fixed the seatbelt attachment point, since that's where this problem started. So I just wanted to get that done. But obviously we're gonna fully weld this, and here you can see yesterday these were together, but this is how much I have stretched the material this way to get it to where I wanted it to be. So yeah, on this end we can just fully weld everything. We can get the rocker on and get the cab corner on, but also we have this in here, and I'm not gonna bother too much. I'm just gonna put in a piece of metal. There is some bracing here or beads, but on that side I can't see any, so I'm not sure if this is original or not, but we're gonna do it as easy as possible. As I said, it's already been patched. I'm not redoing it, so might as well do it the easiest way we can. So I think we're gonna fix that, weld all of this, and then we can continue here out with the rocker. So that's the plan. But anyway, I'm gonna cut this off to show you how it looks, and then we can continue working. So this is still not going as good as I think it is, but here you can see the thing I have. Mainly the thing I was creating this shelf, or what I call it, to have something for this to sit on. And I thought I had it in the right place. I did some measurements, but it was too far out, because you have to have this canal for the rubber to go through, rubber seal, and it was too tight. So now I sliced it all the way and I pushed it in a bit more to create this channel, so we eventually can get a new rubber molding on, rubber seal. So yeah, with that said, it isn't really going to plan anything with this. I'm not sure if I'm a bit rusty, or it's just that I'm not in the mood to do this right now. But the thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and start putting on, or at least check the rocker. I'm gonna put on the door so I can measure the door gap to the rocker, so we know where it wants to be. Maybe I'll start putting it in place, or just see where it wants to be, and then we can take it from there. So yeah, put on the door, see if the rocker fits, and yeah, we'll see which order we take everything. Door is on again, and we can see here that we have a nice gap on the rocker. Not so nice here in the front, but I would say that that is the fender that is wrong. We are following the door here, and I have no idea. I think the fender has been fixed already, and we don't really know. Doesn't really matter. I think this is good. It's only on by 2 tacks right now. So the only thing left right now is that we need a lip that is supposed to go here on the inside that the rocker is welded to. So we have to make that lip so that we can weld on the rocker. And I was thinking I was going to do that first, but there's so much going on here, and now it's not really connected here. So I might as well do this, start getting rocker in place, slice the floor there, weld all of this, and all of this will come together at the same time with the cab corner. We have some reinforcing here on the inside that we have to remove from this piece and get back on this corner to reinforce it. So might as well do all of this, and then when this is done, that's gonna be a breeze. So that's the plan. At first glance, it doesn't look like anything has happened here, but I removed the rocker. I welded on this flange we have here now, so now we can weld the rocker to that flange, and we still have this ditch canal that we have on the other side, so it doesn't look 100% original, but when we have fixed this and put some paint on it, it's gonna look all fine. So I'm really happy about this, and I just tacked the rocker back in place, and if we close now, we can see that we have some nice gaps. So I'm really happy about that. So now we can just go ahead and actually I'm just gonna start welding in the rocker. I'm gonna drill some holes here, start welding the rocker to that, weld it to the bottom, and then eventually we will have the rocker in place. We know that we have this canal now. We can make a cut here, weld the floor, weld that up, and then we eventually can get to the cab corner, the reinforcement in here and all of that. And maybe we can get this done today, and that would be really amazing. And maybe also we can do that. So I really hope that it will be really nice to get this done. So yeah, just gonna see if we can make this. And there we have the rocker 100% in place. Everything is welded, upper, lower, here in the front, here in the back. So the rocker is all done, and that's really great. I also fixed this. I cut it up and put them edge to edge and welded it together. It doesn't look super nice. Who cares? We're gonna get it out on the road and use it. We're not gonna have anyone judging our floor anyway. So I think this is gonna turn out really great. So now we can go ahead and we have to put on a little piece here. The pieces I bought is 1 meters by a half meter, and apparently we are missing 10 centimeters here. So I have to put in this little piece, and then we can put on the cab corner. And we're not going to be able to finish all of this today, but maybe we can finish the outside at least, and that will be really great. That's the least of our worries. And I mean, this we only have to weld. So yeah, I'm gonna see if we can manage to fix this today. I fixed the end on the inner rocker here. I'm gonna drill some holes and just spot weld them to the cab support. But then I took the cab corner here, and it feels pretty unnecessary to cut out this from that big piece. But I mean, it's really hard to change more than this. But anyway, I have this piece, and if I put it like this, as it feels like it should be, like that, it looks horrible under here. It's way too long, and I mean, it's just not that you can re-angle it, it's just too long, can't work with that. And if we put it like this, where it should be, it overlaps almost an inch over the rocker. So yeah, we have to do some figuring out here, but yeah, we're gonna solve it somehow. Here we have the cab corner in place, and it's not all done. I was hoping to be finished with all of the exterior welding, but unfortunately I wasn't able to do that. But we can finish this off easily tomorrow. But I really don't understand what's messed up with this cab corner, because as I showed you earlier, it was sticking out way too far this way, so I had to cut it, and I have to fold over this edge to make it align. And now we have to weld this. Either we just grind it flat, or we make a false seam here or something. We'll see. But nothing is adding up. I had to cut a slit here to be able to fold this in, and yeah, it doesn't look that good. But yeah, there was already a lot of Bondo and also some lead here, so yeah, it's been hacked before, so who cares. But anyway, I'm really happy the rocker's in place. I'm happy where we're at with the cab corner. We have maximum an hour left on the cab corner. This we just have to weld. That goes by really quick, and then all of this will be done. Then we only have to make a simple patch over here. That's not gonna take too long, and then we will be all done on this side. Then we can go over to the passenger side, which thankfully is a lot better, because here all of this is decent. So here we might go ahead and change the rockers from here down. We'll see when we start cutting and see how bad it is. They have already changed them, as you can see with these tack welds. Maybe we remove it, but I don't want to dig too much if we find a lot of problems. But yeah, we'll see. Also, the cab corner here isn't all that bad, so we can just patch this up. So I really think that we could be done by tomorrow, but
I guess we'll see, but it would be really, really nice to have this fully welded, at least all of the things that I want to do at the moment, and be done with it, paint it, and then we can put in the interior and just feel that we're finished with it. Then we just have the power steering pump that will come on Thursday, estimated at least. So that's probably gonna turn out pretty good. So yeah, that's where we're at the moment. I was hoping to have the driver's side finished today, but who cares? We're on a much better position than we were yesterday, and I'm gonna say I'm not 100% satisfied with the inner rocker on the driver's side, but in when I usually do these works, I do a lot more sheet metal work on the bench before I start putting on the car or vehicle. But in this case, it just become a little bit weird, since I thought it was gonna look one way, but it didn't. And yeah, you know the story. So I think it turned out great. You're not gonna see it anyway, so I think it's good. So yeah, that's where we're at. Hopefully tomorrow we have the cab all welded and done. We'll see, but I guess we'll find it out tomorrow. So see you then.